Well, I got to tell you, dudes, I didn't have the Pope putting a blessing on a block of ice for the old climate change on my bingo card for 2025. I don't know about you. I didn't have that one. Nope, I didn't have that one. But at this very same event, they've all come out. We've got, who else? But Arnold Schwarzenegger giving a wee message.
You have to communicate the right way. When we started our environmental movement in California, when I became governor,
in California,
people were not behind us. I said to myself, why is that? We're talking about climate change. 20% of the people said, yeah, this is kind of dangerous. Well, you need more than 50%, right, to get anything done.
Absolutely. How do you get that 20% to 50%? Well, it's got to be some sort of social coercion, some sort of nudging, some sort of message that is out continually.
So we talked then about the rising sea level. Nothing. The needle didn't move. No. We talked about the glaciers melting. The ice is melting. The polar bear is in danger. No matter what we said, it didn't move the needle. Nothing happened. But then the American Lung Association sent us a television commercial. Little commercial that showed a kid, a little tiny kid.
Bit like the old Rona. That'll do it, won't it? Yeah. In regards to rising them fear levels, nothing like a bit of fear and a bit of guilt. Fear and guilt, yeah, them two will do it. Get in the chopper. So Arnie's got the message for you, and yeah, they tried different things, and it took a bit of heavy propaganda to really get the message out there. But however, Arnie, Mr. Screw Your Freedom, however, it may have been the fact that maybe people weren't listening so much. They call these people actors as well. But maybe people weren't listening because of, well, people like Man Bear Pig.
As the WHO has long since declared, the climate crisis is now the biggest health threat facing humanity.
Well, if the WHO says so.
And it's one that disproportionately harms the most vulnerable people on our planet. To begin with, worldwide, the co-pollution in our air from the burning of fossil fuels...
That's enough of Man Bear Pig. He literally can bleat on for hours about that fear and guilt that Arnie was mentioning there too. But maybe people weren't listening as much because, well, not exactly got everything right over these years, have they? No. And it may well be because of things like this as well.
$7.9 million Malibu home, $7 million Malibu home, $100 million compound, $12 million Malibu home, $40 million Malibu compound, $75 million Malibu beach house, $200 million concrete mansion, $13 million Malibu beach home, $25 million Malibu beach compound.
And what do all these have in common there? Well, if you look at the sort of back end of that picture there, you'll see beach. They're mentioning Malibu there. Did Arnie mention in that fear and guilt about the rising sea levels and people not paying too much attention to that until they got the kid on the mask or whatever he said there? This might have something to do with it as well. There's a lot of people, including the celebrities like the DiCaprios. There's a lot of people that own a bit of property, expensive type property, yeah, right near the sea. Does Billy G, Obama? Oh, yeah. A lot of the same people getting the old private jets saying tell you not to do it. Those sort of people are buying houses near the sea and don't seem to be too bothered. So it's a little bit like, well, you know, if they're not too bothered, then why should we be? Especially if they're, you know, spending a lot of money on those properties. But worry ye not, guys, because a little bit like, I suppose, this video. I know there was a bit of a go of this previously, I think the Biden administration wanted to put somebody in relation to misinformation, right? Like a misinformation czar type person, right? Well, now the latest is Chelsea Clinton, Hillary and Bill's daughter, has got a new podcast called That Can't Be True, in which she discusses things that may be false and may be true, some of the big deals. And of course, one of those things is some of the stuff that we've just been discussing in regards to the change. So if you need a little bit of clarity, the new misinformation queen in the US is Chelsea Clinton, because where it didn't work previously, what they decided to do was get someone super popular. Ta-ta.